Minifigures are one of the most beloved things about LEGO. According to Bricklink, LEGO has produced over 15,000 different minifigures over the years. However, that also includes many characters that don't look like minifigures, meaning that roughly 13,000 would be a more accurate number. Before we start looking at the list, let's ask ourselves, what even makes LEGO minifigures valuable? One of the most obvious factors has to be the character popularity. There has to be a certain demand in order to get a specific character, especially if they don't appear in many sets. For example, not many people really care about a random Mandalorian warrior that is similar in design, but beloved character like Jango Fett, which appears in LEGO form every few years, always happens to be very valuable. Another no-brainer has to be the production amount. Producing a smaller amount of a certain minifigure can highly affect its value due to its uniqueness while being hardly obtainable. That's mostly how economy works in general. Just think about the value of limited edition cars, watches, jewelry, and more. For example, both of these figures are trying to represent Mark 7, yet their difference in value is unbelievable, especially considering the cheaper one even does a better way at capturing the suit. Another factor could be the price of the sets the minifigure appears in. For instance, both of these ninja minifigures represent their Season 11 outfits, while the one being obtainable in a much cheaper set can highly differ in terms of value. Let's also not forget about the exclusive printing and part molds. Creating a special design for a minifigure can definitely affect its price. The biggest influence is reached when a special mold that is hard to produce ends up being exclusive to just one minifigure. That is because LEGO needs to create a very specified machine in order to create new part molds, which clearly reflects in the production cost. And lastly, we are gonna talk about how specific the character version is. This one might be a little harder to understand, but to put it simple, think of these two figures as Daniel and the cooler Daniel. I hope that makes it clear. You could also compare it to Funko Pops and their chase variants in case you possess any knowledge in that regard. Now that we know what makes minifigures valuable, the following list might be a little more reasonable after all. From the adventure team, a character H2 takes the cake at $70. That is really impressive, especially considering the minifigure appeared in 3 different sets back in the day. From Agents and Alpha Team, we have Dr. Disaster and Super Ice Drone at their respective values. From Aquazone, you would have to pay the most for the Crystal Miner, ranging upwards from $21. Atlantis offers the Lobster Guardian, and let me tell you something, imagine waking up in the middle of the night and this is the first thing you see. Now that's disturbing. From the new Avatar line of sets, Loak is the most valuable at roughly $15. On the other hand, the better Avatar franchise has Aang as the most expensive minifigure. I wouldn't really consider this a minifigure, but Bionicle offers this yellow character at quite a hefty price. LEGO Castle is definitely a shocker because this very simplistic knight minifigure ranges over $90 thanks to the lack of people selling the minifigure in new condition. Collectible minifigures absolutely takes this list to another level since Mr. Gold is worth over nearly $4,000. If you don't know the story behind this figure, only 5,000 of these figures were made and randomly distributed through the world with collectible minifigure series 10, so such value is quite understandable given its rarity. Supergirl from Superhero Girls is worth above $10, which can be considered a lot for a mini doll. Dimensions offers lots of valuable minifigures, featuring Raven at the first spot with the value of more than $45. Shadow is considered the most expensive minifigure from the Dino line of sets at $13, Goofy does that for Disney, and Elves has a really pricey selection of mini dolls, Rosaline Nightshade being the most valuable one. Exoforce team features Hitomi at $22, and LEGO Friends doesn't have many expensive figures whatsoever, but the Stephanie variant is as expensive as it gets. Understandably so, the priciest figure from the Ghostbusters is the version of Peter Venkman at $52. Harry Potter happens to feature this Voldemort figure. It only appeared in one set and its head glows in the dark. That being said, I think we can agree the design itself is definitely cursed.
Look at this dude. Oh, wait till you see the... Oh, no.
I love Hero Factory, but those minifigure-like characters were simply not it. Most valuable one happens to be Stormer with the data pad at $13. Most expensive hidden side minifigure doesn't reach any proper heights, just furtherly indicating that the team was clearly a failure. Holiday and Events category has the Parade participant at $20, the purple classic space helmet being the main reasoning behind it. Indiana Jones absolutely dominates with the Temple Guard at more than $90. And I gotta say, the Jurassic franchise definitely has the right minifigure at the top. Island Extreme Stunts has the Rickster at the extreme price of more than $38. A Big Fig takes the title within LEGO Chima, that being the Mighty Mungus. LEGO brand is full of minifigure concepts with exclusive printing. Simmer Peppered wins the battle with the value of more than $1,000. I could bet the most valuable LEGO Ideas minifigure would end up being licensed, but this Fisherman is clearly the most valuable. On the other hand, Monster Fighters certainly don't surprise me with the Zombie Bride with the value over $70. Minecraft doesn't disappoint as well with the Witch minifigure. Cheapest you can get it for is $60, but I can assure you the minifigure is worth more than that. Mr. Tank appears to be the most valuable Monkey Kid minifigure, which seems pretty unexpected if you ask me. The Stewart variant is the most valuable minion, while Nixon Knights present Lord Krakenskull with the design is simply incredible. Ninjago's results might be unexpected, but DX Lloyd takes the cake with the value of more than whopping $125, and his value keeps heavily increasing. However, if we talk about minifigures outside the actual sets, the wooden Woo prop used in the LEGO Ninjago movie is a crazy winner with a value of nearly whopping $105,000. Now that's just something else. Overwatch features Diva at $45. I'm convinced this is a result of this being one of the most sexual characters in the video game history, making me think some copies of this minifigure went through some unimaginable stuff. Pharaoh's Quest doesn't disappoint with Anubis Guard minifigure, which has a really appealing design. The Pirates of Caribbean certainly goes off the charts, with Davy Jones minifigure being worth over $140. I guess we could let this guy slide as the Big Fig. A Raptor from Power Miners is worth over $80 brand new. Prince of Persia doesn't really reach heights, with Alamut Guard at $13. The minifigure might look simplistic, but the Villain's Racer goes for more than $30. Rock Raiders could have the biggest shock on the list. The Chief minifigure is going for $440 brand new, absolutely insane for a non-licensed figure. Scooby-Doo is a pretty understandable choice, with Velma being the most valuable. She goes over $90 and certainly received a good boost when her crappy Scooby-Doo spin-off has been released. LEGO Space category ranging from many teams has the classic Black Spaceman, which is worth over $90 brand new. Speed Champs have the Mercedes F1 driver being worth more than $17. SpongeBob results were also unexpected by a random Doctor minifigure taking the crown. On the other hand, Sports Team has a very understandable choice, that being Kobe Bryant. It definitely makes sense due to the person's tragic passing. However, I don't think many people even know he exists in LEGO form as well. LEGO Star Wars absolutely steals the show when it comes to value of anything, that either being the sets, builds, or other items. The most expensive minifigure available to the general public is the famous Cloud City Boba Fett, which is currently worth over $2,400. Now that's a deal breaker. But if you thought this was a lot, the most expensive Star Wars minifigure in existence is the white gold R2-D2, which was a giveaway prize and part of some promotion back in 2018. Current value is around 40 grand, but we all know the value could heavily increase since only one of these was given away. Next up, we have the studios featuring the Nesquik Bunny, and let's be real, this guy doesn't look so good waking up next to as well. I honestly expect more from non-Comic-Con Marvel minifigures, but the Tony Stark minifigure from the dreadful UCS Hulkbuster is worth nearly $100. If we look at the full picture though, Comic-Con Iron Man I mentioned earlier easily takes the crown. Some non-Comic-Con DC figures do range over $100, the main one being the Disco Batman from the Joker Land set. Overall, the Comic-Con Black Suit Superman takes a large win, no denial there. Ninja Turtles have this minifigure at the top at an impressive value of more than $75. You may not believe it, but this Big Shadow Leonardo minifigure goes for over $3,000. The Middle-earth team has Bilbo variant at a very hefty price, but if you think this was a lot for a regular minifigure, now look at this. The LEGO Movie team went absolutely crazy with this Harley Quinn minifigure, which will undoubtedly surpass the retail price of the set she appeared in. It might seem pretty lame in comparison to the last two figures, but Captain G. Fuller is most valuable Lone Ranger minifigure at $30. The town team, including City, goes way back with this civilian minifigure with the value of whopping $140 in brand new condition. Toy Story definitely doesn't possess any secrets. I think it's pretty obvious that Just the Good, Twitch takes the crown. Trolls team was definitely something else, and this highest valued minifigure costs only $6. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Also, the character's name just reminded me we definitely need Big Itchies in LEGO at some point. We should totally make it happen. Ultra Agent certainly features a surprise with this such value, and we will just ignore the fact that this mad scientist genuinely has visible brain. Now that's freaky. Video also has a few surprisingly pricey minifigures. Dragon Guitarist takes the title at $22. And lastly, the World Racers team is being taken as an absolute joke, with the most expensive minifigure being worth around only $2. Now that's mind-blowing. Overall, this concludes this list. If we combine the value of every minifigure we took a look at in this video, you would roughly end up with a total of $180,000, which is simply beyond any sanity for some pieces of plastic after all. If you're seeing this, you made it to the end of this video. I would love to see your thoughts about this topic in the comment section down below. In case you enjoyed, I would appreciate if you ended up subscribing and squeezing the like button. Have a great day, see you in the next video. Bye bye.